Good afternoon to you. It is time for the news now. My name is Linda Alela. Lots lined up for you. Let's take a look at what is happening, of course, from that session by the Senate, listening and perhaps also deliberating on the impeachment process of Isiolo Governor Guyo. And of course, now to more stories that we have compiled for you. Two individuals identified as allies of former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Peter Wanjiru, popularly known as Kawanjiru, and Sarah Dhiga, will remain in custody at Ruaraka and Capitol Hill police stations, respectively, pending a ruling on July the 20th by the Anti-Terrorism Court. The Kahawa Law Court's Justice Benson Kiage stated that the charges against them are serious and require sufficient time for the court to issue a comprehensive ruling. The two were arrested during the recent Gen Z protests.
Owing to the lengthy submissions that have been made before the court by counsel from both sides, and owing to the importance and gravity of the issue, and the suspects held separately from adults will remain. So we come back for ruling in these three matters on the 10th of July at 9 a.m. Yes. Thank you very much. We will adjourn so that you can consider the other matter and we can come back. Thank you very much. We'll adjourn.
And Narok Court has today, Tuesday, released 24 suspects on bond. They were accused of obstructing traffic and fomenting riots during Sabasaba Day protest in the Majengo area of Narok town on Monday. Resident Magistrate George Sagero granted each suspect personal bond of 20,000 Kenya shillings with a surety of equal value, or alternatively a cash bail of 5,000 Kenya shillings. The release followed the prosecution's confirmation that the bail terms were acceptable. All suspects who appeared in court alongside their legal team pleaded not guilty to the charges. They had been arrested following protests that disrupted traffic on Sabasaba Day, during which Nyawira Road in Narok town was barricaded, affecting both commuters and commercial activities in the area.
This is the only place, my lord, where we feel secure. This is the only place we feel secure as citizens of this country. And I'm kindly making an application to admit these persons before you on personal bond, so that they can rejoin their parents. They can also participate in nation building, and they can enjoy secure protection of the law, as this is the only place where we feel protected. That's all I have to say.
Your Honor, I second my senior when he said this is the only place secure for the accused person. Considering what has happened to the late teacher Albert Odwa, the accused person will not be safe in police custody.
However, in respect to personal bond, believe, Your Honor, that no proper reason has been given as to whether it should be.
Mr. Ken, I know that the prosecutor has not opposed bond. What do you want to say?
And as the nation continues to experience unrest due to ongoing protests that have had far-reaching impact, calls have been made urging youth and young people to avoid violence and serve as ambassadors of peace. This message was delivered during the launch of a peace campaign and awareness drive on financial opportunities and government tenders for women, organized by the Mama Kenya movement in Mombasa County. Women from various sub-counties in Mombasa turned out as peace ambassadors, pledging to work with leaders in spreading messages of unity and social cohesion. Additionally, youth were advised to steer clear of the misuse of social media, not to be used by politicians to incite violence. Meanwhile, police were urged to exercise restraint and avoid using live bullets on unarmed protesters. Parents were also encouraged to raise their children with care to prevent them from falling into drug abuse and moral decay.
Hakikisha kwamba hawa viongozi wote kuanzia nyanja ya chini mpaka kwa rais wanahakikisha kwamba wanasaini mkataba wa amani. Na sisi pia na nchi za diaspora ambao ni wa Kenya tutahakikisha kwamba kwa sauti moja tunataka Kenya iwe na amani. Tunataka kurudisha Ukenya, tunataka kurudisha hadhi ya Kenya kupitia amani, amani, amani. Amani Kenya. Amani. Mama Kenya movement amani. Amani.
Mungu amani ashushe amani yake Kenya kama vile aliwasushia wana wa Israeli akiwa Egypt. Ili tuokoe nchi yetu, tunataka kuishi na amani.
Hawa ni watoto tumezaa na wamepotea kiolelaolela kwa sababu ya mambo ya kisiasa. Tunaomba rais wetu wa Kenya na deputy wake Kindiki mukae chini na majensi ili mupate kukaa mupeane mawazo na muangalie hii Kenya itakuwa na amani vipi.
You engage us in those tables. You engage half of us in the parliament. Guys, we will be very peaceful because those people there will present us and tell us, guys, can you shut up? We are going to air your views because they understand what we are in.
Health Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale is taking a firm stance on patient care, declaring an end to the practice of bed sharing in public hospitals. The CS has warned public health facilities against over-admitting patients and directed the Social Health Authority to verify and pay claim beds based strictly on actual bed capacity. Hospitals will no longer be allowed to claim for non-existent beds. Instead, they are required to expand and procure more beds to accommodate growing demand. Duale emphasized that anything less constitutes insurance fraud, and those found culpable will face legal consequences.
That never again we will find in our hospitals people sharing beds. People will never share beds. You can't have 3-4 people sharing one bed and you charge SHA for the 4 beds. The dignity of that patient is important to me, and that's why I said we will restore dignity in our healthcare system. Sometimes even in my own referral hospitals, like my own, I'm not also clean, but I'm cleaning my referrals. I have talked to the CEO of SIGNET hospital this morning. I told him your license allows you 18,000 beds. I mean 1,800 beds, 1,800. You'll only admit 1,800. If you want to admit more, go buy the beds, get the space. There's no way Kenyans will sleep on the floor and 2 other Kenyans will be on a bed. They don't know each other, they have the same disease, and then we talk about the dignity of the patient. That will not happen under my watch at the CS. And this committee, I want you to support me. People are getting money, they don't want to buy beds. They want Mercy, the CEO of SHA, to pay, they want the CEO of SHA to pay for 4 beds when 3 of the Kenyans are sleeping on the floor.
Okay, President William Ruto has today assented to the Division of Revenue Bill 2025 at State House in Nairobi. The bill aims to ensure equitable distribution of resources between the national and county governments. And now the bill outlines how nationally raised revenue will be shared each financial year. For the 2025-2026 fiscal period, counties will review or receive about 405.1 billion shillings, an increase of 17.6 billion from the current 387.4 billion allocation. And over recent years, the county share has consistently grown from about 316.5 billion in 2020-2021 to 370 billion in both the 2021-2022 and 2022-2023 cycles. This year, the Council of Governors had recommended an allocation of 465 billion shillings. while the Commission on Revenue Allocation, CRA, proposed 417 billion shillings. However, the National Treasury stuck to its position on 405 billion Kenya shillings, which was ultimately approved.
Powers conferred upon
having been passed through a mediated process. The ping-pong process, Your Excellency, necessitated a mediation process wherein the two speakers appointed a committee to spearhead the mediation so as to share the revenue amongst the national government and the county levels of government. At the table of sharing the revenue was the national government and its corporate entity, that is the National Executive, Parliament, and the Judiciary.
The role of laws of the Republic of Kenya, management of the nation as your principal assistant. If it pleases you, sir, you may also kindly present copies to the Prime Cabinet Secretary, to the Attorney General for publication into law, and to the Cabinet Secretary for the Treasury. Your Excellency will unveil and display an open ceremony copy of the Act, while other state officials shall bear closed copies, signifying both the solemnity and unity of purpose that define.
All right, we get sporty. Crawford International School clinched a victory in this year's private schools football tournament in Kenya, defeating Creekwood 3-2 in a thrilling final. Well, the event brought together students and staff from 15 private schools, aiming to foster stronger ties and unity within school communities through sports.
Witnessed a good turnout. Out of the 22 schools, 15 of them managed to come. The reason for hosting this event is to foster teamwork and also bring staff together as a unifying factor and also promote fitness.
We also look forward to growing this event so that we bring teamwork among the schools, and we also promote sportsmanship. While we grow the students' teams, we're also growing the staff teams.
Really great. So the coaches have come out in big numbers, and they are looking forward to many more of such events.
Okay, and all eyes are on the pitch tonight as English giants Chelsea face Brazilian champions Fluminense in the semi-final of the FIFA Club. More coming your way at 7 and 9 p.m. respectively. Thank you so much for always keeping it TV47. We close it at this point. That is the news now. My name is Linda Alela. Do have yourself a lovely evening.